Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the beta for Marvel Rivals and doing a predictionary tier list before the beta drops in a few days. Now, there's a few interesting things happening in this beta. We have two new characters, Warlock and Venom, but we're going to go in order. We're just going to jump right on in here. Starting with Black Panther, pretty sure this is going to be a bold take. Black Panther's going to be S tier. To say Black Panther's S tier isn't that crazy because I have a feeling full dive comps are going to be very good this beta or in this patch. There's going to be a lot of things he can do. He can get in really quickly. He has great mobility. He has decent damage. It's just that in the alpha, when it came to melee characters like Black Panther, Hulk, Spider-Man, they just struggled to keep that consistent damage going out. So I think it's a little different, but with the inclusion of Venom, I believe that dive comps are going to be pretty strong in the beta. So next we have Groot, who I think Groot's going to be good. Groot was good in the alpha. He was arguably the second best Vanguard in the game, only really behind Doctor Strange. So I don't really see that changing too much. Plus, I think it'll be pretty decent against dive comps as well, but we'll have to see. It really depends what they do with Groot and what kind of nerfs or buffs they decide to give him, because he did a lot of damage. He was very good when it came to his ult and separating people from their teams and getting kills. Like, he was very good at doing that. So I don't think that will really change much unless they completely changed up his kit, which I don't think is going to happen. So A tier is where he's going to be residing. Now let's move on to Hela. Hela, before, at the end of the alpha, Hela was definitely one of the strongest characters in the game. The fact that she had 2-tap potential and she basically had hit scan abilities, her survivability was great. She had a great movement ability. Everything about her kit was just really well, and the fact that she paired great with Loki, who we'll get into eventually, she was great. However, I think she's going to be in the bottom S or in the top of A here, just depending on how dive is. Speaking of dive, Hulk. Now, if you know anything about what I've said about the alpha, I'll be real with you, Hulk was the worst character in the alpha. Hands down, without a doubt. Like, he just wasn't good, especially compared to the other Vanguards. He didn't provide as much value as, say, Magneto did, Doctor Strange, even Penny. Like, he was just bad. He had no one to go in with, and that was something that made him struggle. But I believe with the addition of Venom, he's gonna be a menace alongside Black Panther. If you look at kind of what Venom's kit is about, Venom can stay alive really well. And then if you add that on with what Hulk can do to kind of support Venom going in as well, oh my gosh, these two tanks are going to be crazy. Moving on to Iron Man. Iron Man is not bad. It's just he got outshined by Hela, especially in the alpha. Any of the flying characters struggled against Hela. She was just so good. Like, you would 2-tap somebody out of the sky in seconds. Like, it was so easy to hit them. You just kind of become a big old thing. He has one of the strongest ults in the game. In terms of actual damage, he has one of the strongest ults. It's not enough to make him super viable. So I'm going to put him up there in B tier, which is not bad. Also, let's go through S tiers. Like, you really want to pick. A tier is like, wow, they're really good. You want to probably pick them up. If you pick them up, you're probably going to be doing well. B tiers, they're still good. C is and D is like, you probably shouldn't pick them. Realistically though, none of the characters, even Hulk in the alpha, wasn't bad. You could still make him work. I don't think we're at a spot where any of the characters are going to be so bad that you don't want to play them. Now, Loki. In the alpha, without a doubt, he was the strongest character. Easily here. Best character in the game, hands down, second to nobody. Like, he was so good that if you didn't play Loki, that was the one downside to Loki in the alpha, was not playing Loki. The fact that he can basically turn a 1v1 into a 3v1 in a matter of a second. So say someone jumped on you as Loki, you would go into your visibility, it makes a clone, then you put another clone down, and now it's a 3v1 against that person. Then he basically has Baptiste immortality field, but it heals people. Like, it was insane. His whole kit's so broken, it wasn't even funny. So like you would do some good stuff and then say you had your Iron Man ult come out and then you just see him spread around with his clones around and oh well, everyone's saved, they're okay. Oh my gosh, he was so frustrating to play against. And then let's not even forget that he also does really good healing, and the fact that his ultimate is basically Echo on crack, where he literally just gets to ult into an ult. I have a video of playing Loki where I sneak behind the whole team, turn to Scarlet Witch, ult immediately and get like 4 or 5 kills off of it, and we end up winning the game off of that. It was insane. It was ridiculous for no reason. But in this patch, I still think he's gonna be really strong. The only few ways I can see them nerfing Loki in the beta is if they reduce the health on his clones. I think that would make him a little more fair, or if he can't immediately use somebody's ultimate once he transforms into them. So maybe there's like a 2 or 3 second delay, then that would also be kind of different. But at the very least, bottom of S, top of A. We'll leave him in S for now. Luna Snow, arguably one of my favorite characters so far in Marvel Rivals, and such a cool character to be introduced. She's been so fun to play. I'll say this now, all the strategists in this game are not bad at all. You could really play any of them and you'll do really good. One, she does really good damage. She does really good healing. Her ultimate is great. And then she also has CC on top of that. Yeah, nah, she's definitely up here for sure. She's definitely an A tier. Not much else to really say about it. She might pair really well with this dive comp, but we'll kind of see. Now, Magic. In the alpha, melee characters seemed to struggle, but I don't think it was because they were necessarily bad. It was because they're harder to play. And Magic was kind of in that realm, but I saw some people tear up with her. I'll be real with you, I believe Magic is going to be at the bottom of S tier. Dive comps are going to be good in the beta. Hold me to that. That could either age like fine wine or it can age like milk. So who knows? But if dive comps are good, Magic, her survivability is insane. She's basically another tank. So definitely S tier up there. Magneto. It's so tough. Magneto's in a weird place. Realistically, this is where Magneto belongs. B tier. But his team up with Scarlet Witch makes him A tier. Magneto doesn't provide that much more than what Doctor Strange can do. But when you give him that ability to start slicing and dicing people with that sword, he gets a lot more attack capabilities. So I would put him here, but based off of himself, B tier for sure. Mantis. Ooh, Mantis. This is going to be an interesting one because I really think Mantis will be a good, if not the best strategist to go with a dive comp. 100%. I think she'll be probably like here. Her healing isn't instantaneous, it stacks. So like when you put on your little leaf healing on somebody, it stacks them up. And so like you can have someone's healing and like they basically have a self heal for like 5 seconds. So that being the case, you do that, you put that on a Hulk or a Black Panther before they go in, and they're able to sustain for a lot longer. Yeah, I think Mantis will definitely be a force to be reckoned with, especially when it comes to these dive comps. I think in a dive composition, she'll be really good. Namor. I can't, in good faith, put Namor here. Namor isn't bad. Namor isn't great, but realistically, there's no reason why you would pick Namor over Hela right now. In the alpha test, she just did everything he did, but better. Like, he has 2-tap potential on characters. It's just a little slower of a projectile. His survivability is a bit better than most, with his little water shield that he gets, and his ultimate really isn't so impactful that I would put him anywhere up here. I'd probably say he's probably one of the weakest characters. Now, again, let me also preface, this is not saying Namor is bad. You could definitely still put the works on people with Namor. Just, he is not in the best place. There's just better picks than him right now. And I'm predicting in the beta, he's still gonna probably be around here. Penny Parker, the low-key sleeper pick of the alpha test. Now, a lot of people don't realize, but in the higher ranks, a lot of teams were playing Doctor Strange and Groot as the 2 main tanks. Now, there were some teams that would substitute Groot for Penny Parker. And I'm telling you, people weren't realizing this, but Penny, she's a great Vanguard. The way that she can separate and hold areas is really good. Now, hear me out, because the beta is going to be full of dive compositions, I believe Penny will actually be a lot better than people seem. I did a whole video on her about things you didn't know about it. Definitely go check that out and figure out like the tips and tricks that you can do for her, because she can do some insane things. She can do a lot of damage without you even realizing it. So I think she's going to be a great anti-dive tank, because your strategist can sit around her kit and she can basically protect them without an issue, because she has a CC ability. Her damage is really good. Like it's really nice, especially against characters like Black Panther, Hulk, Spider-Man, who are really quick. You just kind of string them up, get some damage on them, and either they get out or they're dead. Like it's no in between. So I definitely think she could be up here, but she's definitely the top of A for sure. Punisher. It's hard to say. It's hard to put these two anywhere else besides A or S. They ran rank at one point. These were arguably the two best damage heroes in the game. His hit scan was unbelievable, and his ultimate literally fried anybody in the game super quick, like it was nothing, like you were slicing through butter, okay? And her, they just paired well. And then you had his team up and her team up with their characters. So her with Loki and him with Rocket Raccoon just made them to be a force to be reckoned with. 100%. So I can't put him in S just because I think a few other characters will be better than him, but he's definitely top of A without a doubt in my mind. Now, Rocket Raccoon. Oh, D. I'm kidding. Rocket was in the conversation for being one of the best strategists in the game. He was up here. In this beta, I believe he'll probably be around here. I think he's in this section. He's along with Punisher and Hela. Again, I think there's one other strategist, spoiler alert, that I think is going to be better in the beta. And, you know what I'm saying? Well, Rocket is not bad. The fact that he has his revive ability really makes him strong, and he pairs really well with Punisher. And then his ultimate gives everyone damage boosts, and is overall just a really solid kit. And he's really tiny character, so he's hard to hit. I would honestly put him as a solid pick to put in with these dive comps, because he has decent movement. He's a small character. He has a small hitbox, so he can get in and out with a lot of these characters up here. But I would put him in A right now. He's not bad. Scarlet Witch. Ugh. Probably here. Now, I know you're saying, well, doesn't she have an ultimate that literally erases people from existence? Yes, she does. But realistically, once you've played against it a few times, you understand, like, oh, only thing you need to do is CC her. And so many characters can CC her really easily. Mantis has a great CC against her. Luna Snow has a great CC against her. Penny Parker has a great CC against her. I played a lot of games with the Scarlet Witch in it, and after like the first 3 or 4 games against her, I don't think I died to her ultimate, because she would get either frozen, slept, or strung up. She's just very easy to CC with that ult. Now, she is a menace. She's kind of like a little bug, kind of like Moira, but there's characters that outdo her. Her damage output isn't that crazy. So I think in the beta, she's not going to be as insane. Here it is. The friendly neighborhood spider that he is, the amazing man sent from heaven above, this awesome blessing that we have upon this earth. Spider-Man. I 100% believe Spider-Man is going to be at the top of the list. Spider-Man is a very difficult character to play, and I think is one of the reasons why he struggled in the alpha. He was probably down here-ish because, one, again, melee characters struggled. Not only were they difficult characters to play, it was hard for them to get consistent damage. Compared to like Hela or Punisher, who can literally fry you from 500 out, they had to literally get up close and personal to do any sort of significant damage. But with the beta and with Loki, the buff he'll get, I'm hoping the team up with him and Venom does something for him. We still don't know exactly what they do, but them together, I believe, is gonna be insane. Making dive comp such a menace to deal with. The fact that his movement is arguably the best in the game, he can get out, get in. It's going to be insane, especially with the Hulk and Venom supporting him. Oh, good luck, teams. It's going to be like Genji on crack, and it's going to be way worse than him. Star-Lord, it's hard to say. I want to put Star-Lord up here. I really think Star-Lord in the beta is going to be here. If these two don't end up being great, he's going to be here, because Star-Lord was already here. He was definitely top of it. He was only overshadowed by these two. And now that he has a team up with Adam Warlock, again, Magneto would be here. With Scarlet Witch, he's here. Star-Lord is going to be in the same situation where he's going to probably be here, but if you play him with Adam Warlock, he'll be in here. He'll be S tier. He's a great character. He has ultimate ultimate and he gets to fly around with auto aim is insane. He's going to be great. Honestly, would probably be a good fit for dive comp as well. You can interchange him with Magic, with Black Panther. Any one of these set will probably be good as a dive comp. Storm, it's weird. Storm's in an interesting place because I don't think she's bad at all. I don't think she's C tier. And the alpha, she definitely seemed like she kind of fit around B, maybe A. It just kind of depends. She has a lot of capabilities to help out her team. If you had a good comp that played around her, she could do really well. But it's very difficult. She's a flying character, and during the alpha, Hela tore apart flying characters. So did Punisher. So like it was tough for her to really make any action against anybody. I'm gonna keep her in B here for now, though she could get a buff and I could see her in A, but I don't see her being a crazy pick unless they change something with like maybe the movement speed or damage she produces for her team. Then I could see her being up here. Doctor Strange, the best Vanguard to come out of the alpha. He was definitely up here. Like, he wasn't only good as a duo tank, but he was definitely one of the best solo tanks. So if you played a comp with just one tank, I would probably be picking Doctor Strange 9 times out of 10 in that situation. His kit is so good. His survivability is way better than any of the other tanks. Then let's not forget he has one of the most broken abilities. Yes, it's on like a 140-second cooldown or something like that, but his teleport could change the flow of games. In the beta, I think he'll probably be A tier. I think he'll probably be around here. He's gonna be good. I think he'll arguably be the 3rd best Vanguard in the game. And yes, I mean the 3rd behind Hulk. And now let's just get him out of the way. Let's go. Venom's here. But Doctor Strange did a lot. He has a lot of capabilities to get himself around, help out with the team. I think he'll be decent for anti-dive compositions. He has solid mobility. Everything about Doctor Strange's kit is really good. And I don't see that unless they completely nerf his shield. I don't think he'll get moved that far down on this list. Now, Venom, let's just get it out of the way. Venom paired with Spider-Man, I think is going to be a crazy duo. Especially if you have two people who are in sync with one another. I think these two are going to be a menace to society. It's not only going to allow for dive comps to be a thing because he has great survivability. If you didn't see on the announcement trailer for showing off Venom, he gets like 1900 health. It's insane. It's a crazy amount of freaking health. Way more than Hulk's ultimate, which I believe is 1300 or 1500. And he did that without an ultimate. It wasn't clear exactly how he managed to get that much health or that much shield, I believe. But I can see it working similar to Ball in Overwatch, how the more people around him, the more shield he's granted. So I can definitely see something like that happening, but I believe Venom is going to be insane in the beta. A really fun character to play. Look out for him. And last but not least, I'll be real with you, when they announced Adam Warlock, I had him like here, low A tier, bottom B. I thought he was going to be one of the worst supports. I don't think any of the strategists are bad in this game. I think all of them are S or A. They're all solid. But after seeing his announcement trailer, oh my gosh, man has old Mercy revive and we're just gonna allow him to wander like it's nothing. 100% he's probably gonna be one of the better ones, especially because he'll have a team up with Mantis. And this is why I think that depending on his team up with Star-Lord, if it's only the fact that like he immediately revives them without using his ultimate, then it's still going to be really good. But if it's something else as well, Star-Lord could definitely be up here. So taking a look at Adam Warlock, his kit looks pretty decent. We still don't know exactly everything about him, but he looks like he does decent amount of healing. It looks like his survivability is pretty solid. And the fact that he has a revive, similar to like Doctor Strange, just the fact that he had a teleport alone that can teleport the whole team anywhere on the map, put him above other characters immediately. The fact that this guy has a mass revive on his kit makes him huge. It's on 120 seconds, like a 2-minute cooldown. He can have it once per team fight or once every other team fight in a game. Like, that's insane. Now, looking at it, we have a lot of people in S tier right now. But if I were to say like the best composition, what I think that might be the best in beta right now, I would argue probably this. So I'd probably, if I had to move anyone here, him, and then arguably because he's so, I don't know, maybe here you can swap out these three with each other. So, but I think he's going to be crucial. Unless he's changed, he's going to be so good. So like maybe you could have that. If he's nerfed in the beta, I can definitely see this happening here. That's who I think is probably going to be the best. I think Dive is going to take over this beta, and this is what you're going to see. I think this is going to work really well. You have team ups with him, and him. You have a team up with him and him. The only one we don't have is really Hulk, but I think Hulk has great movement on itself, and he has some pretty decent survivability that it won't be a problem. And then if these two aren't picked here for that, realistically, I don't think anyone's going to be bad. I don't actually even think we even needed this tier. I don't think anyone's going to be that bad. I think Namor's probably going to be the worst character unless they gave him a major buff. It's just hard to pick him over her, and she's really good, and I don't see them nerfing her to the ground. And this is kind of with the assumption that all the characters aren't getting that crazy of nerfs or buffs. But we'll see. What do you guys think, though? This is the tier list probably. Do you like this? Do you agree? Do you disagree? You're thinking like Scarlet Witch actually is number one. What are you guys filling out? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you've made it this far, congratulations. You've earned 65 XP coins. Hope you enjoyed. And remember to keep on leveling up.